Good morning. Welcome to the series Fantastic Failures of an Average Mom. It's good to see you guys today. I had to switch my location, so hopefully this will work out. But today we're talking about how to turn irritations into blessings. So Tuesday, we talked about, Tuesday we talked about irritations. And we talked about how, God has blessed us with these children and how they have these lovely habits that drive us crazy. And that I was sharing in the past that I was not handling my response to those children in the best way that I could. That I just got really frustrated with the irritation. And I talked about how I, treated the child. I talked about on Tuesday how we can't always understand that, or we don't understand that those irritations sometimes are the very clue to our child's future, to their giftings. It's called spotting, when you see things in them that are going to be impactful in their future. And many times we are so busy and frustrated by the irritation that we don't realize that it's actually a sign. On Tuesday, I said that irritations are gateways to God's purpose for our lives. Thanks for the likes. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit more about that, because it's one thing to kind of discover an issue or problem, but it's another thing to actually get some things that you can do to make it better. So every problem has a promise and provision, including irritation. Let me say it again. Every problem has a promise and a provision connected to it. And so with the example of irritation, the promises are things like God says, I will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on me, or be kind and tenderhearted one to another. Those are the promises that God gives us. Excuse me. And the provision that he gives us are things like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, gentleness, self-control. So the irritation that is in your life right now that's coming from your child. Hello, Anne. Good to see you this morning. The irritation that is coming from your child is actually the indicator of a blessing. And so I talked about my daughter who talked and talked and talked and talked, and how it was irritating to me, and it was embarrassing, and I tried to shut her down, and how God began eventually to show me that I needed to slow down and listen to what she had to say, because I wanted to be the one for her to talk to and not have to find someone else who thought what she said was important. And so that talkative child that became an irritant for me was actually a sign that mommy needs to slow down. And the gift that God gave me, the provision, was patience. And he gave me the ability to be still, to slow my life down enough so that child, that talkative child, would be able to receive my attention, that I would honor the gift that God gave her instead of berating her, that I would create environments where talking is okay, so that she would be able to talk at her debate club when she was older, or in her play group when she was younger, or at the nature center where she might have volunteered and to greet visitors and talk to them about the animals. And so I had to find places where her gifting, that thing that was an irritant to me, was able to grow and flourish. And yes, I still had to give her boundaries, because she talked a lot and she talked to anyone. And as I said, and sometimes the things she talked or the questions that she asked were interesting. But I actually learned that irritation was a indication of a future gift. And that daughter is now a diplomat in the foreign service. She works for the State Department. And so all that talking that she was doing, and inquisitive and asking questions and asking hard questions sometimes, those things were I spotted them as an irritant, this talking. But in actuality, it was a gift in the raw. It was a gift, undeveloped. But that is what I was looking at. And I am so happy that we did not shut that talking down, but that we were able to begin to find places for her to enjoy what she was gifted to do. And so today I want to encourage you to not run from irritation, because it is the gateway to your next level in God. The very thing that irritates you the most is the very place that God is waiting to bless you. He has things he wants to give you. Like he gave me patience. He gave me the ability to honor my daughter's gifting and just honor who she was as a person. And so if you are willing to do that, to stop running from the irritation, but to begin to see it in a different light, and to know that it's not about the other person. You can never say, oh, so-and-so, they irritate me so much because la, la, la. Because the truth is, nobody has that kind of power. No one has the ability to get you to yell, to shout, to go off. It is a choice that we make, and we cannot blame anyone else. We have to recognize that if that stuff that came out that we had to apologize for, if it wasn't in there, it couldn't come out. And so sometimes what God is doing is he's allowing that irritation to help us to see what's really inside of us, so that we can begin to turn that over to him, so he can help us be the very best parent that we can be. So when you get irritated this week, remember, with every problem comes promise and provision. God is bringing a promise to you, something that he's told you in his word. That's what that irritation is a reminder of. Let me look for that. Where is the help for me to deal with this irritation? And then he gives you provision. He gives you what you need: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, gentleness, self-control. I believe that's Galatians 5. It's the fruit of the Spirit. That's how we live life above our irritations. So I'm really glad that you guys were able to hang out with me today. I just want you to know I am Anita Gibson. I am a coach, speaker, and educational strategist, and I have a book called Starfinder that has additional strategies in it that will help moms give their child the opportunity to win. It's for struggling students, but it really is chock full of strategies that can help in any area that your child may be struggling in, because many times the struggle that they have is directly connected to just what you understand and know about your place and about theirs in God. So you guys have a wonderful day. And Lord willing, I will pop back in on next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. All right. Love you guys.